watching The Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
I am Jensen Atwood, and you are watching In the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
One take. Thank you, Jensen.
Loved it.
Hi, I'm Rodney. You're watching The Basement. Stay tuned.
Okay.
The Basement.
All right.
JaVonne and Terez.
Hey, this is Leon. That's right, Leon, for some of your favorite movies, and I'm at Brunch in the Basement with Terez and JaVonne. Stay here with me. Stay here with me.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see, that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artists or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be good. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
All our senses though, Jay. She's got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all some perfume. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send yours out tomorrow.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean, you know. Yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, you know, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm groovy as always, you know.
Groovy. And we have more grooviness in between shows.
You know, what are you gonna do? It's groovy.
Well, I'm looking at this Fuliani raid. I'm wondering how a former New York prosecutor fares with being on the other side of the raid police. What do you think he's thinking about right now?
I think he's probably furious because, you know, people like that don't believe that anything like this could happen to them. How dare you look at me? You know, like the former guy said, you know, he could shoot somebody in the middle of the street on Fifth Avenue, and so what? So, you know, I think he's probably enraged, maybe a little nervous, but probably a little cocky. You know, these people don't think. I mean, these people don't think anything's. Excuse me. The history shows that it's very rare that one of these clowns, you know, get what they deserve. So.
And I'm wondering if, you know, it's funny when people don't necessarily want to accept responsibility. And I'm laughing at P. Boogie right now. Shout out to P. Boogie. He's blaming everything on President Obama. Of course. It's never introspective with these type of people because they think they're somewhat the cherubs of justice. And he was the worst mayor, one of the worst, I should say.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that I can remember in my memory. I mean, you know.
What he did on his way out?
But Yeah, he was terrible. He was terrible.
And they had him thinking he was the Cape Crusader, or I don't know, maybe he brought that up himself. I mean, he was.
You know what happened? And any mayor would have done it. It was 9/11. He went down there and took some photos. Okay. Any mayor would have been down there. You can't be the mayor and not go down there. So
Right.
period. And he did nothing. He was the worst mayor in New York City ever.
Agreed.
And I'm wondering, P Boogie, how you doing, darling? By the way, how you doing, Elisa and everybody else, Pop?
Hey, Lisa.
There is this video of that actually gives me a bit of a chuckle in the middle of disgust. You know, it's weird to have both emotions at the same time, but where he thinks he's sitting down for an interview and they're really punking him. And you know, the guy that somebody let me know the name of it. They actually won an award for this. And I watched it. It's on YouTube. It's a guy that does these random like indie films or whatever. But anyway, he thinks he's there for an interview. The young girl is a blonde young girl, and she kind of flirts with him a little bit, and you know, and he gives her a little tap and blah blah blah, and then eventually they move to another room where there's a bed. He sits on the bed and she's doing like bent over a little bit doing paperwork, you know, like getting paperwork, not ass in his face, but bent over a little bit getting paperwork. He lays on the bed, puts his hands in his pants to get little Peter Parker, I don't know what, and
Not Peter Parker.
Whatever his name is, comes running in and says, no, don't take, and he's dressed kind of in drag a little bit, and it's just hysterical. And he's like, don't take her, take me, you know. It's just like all of these shenanigans. What is it
Sacha Baron Cohen?
I don't, that
wait,
name
so he let me just
but I'm wondering, with all of that being said, I'm just wondering, P Boogie, if he's blaming Obama for that fiasco. That's all I want to ask about that.
See, all roads lead to, but you know, it's so funny how he was in office, he was blamed for everything. He's out of office, he's blamed for anything. That just goes back to the donut hole of responsibility most of them take, because it wasn't Obama that sold out half of NYCHA to the corporations before he left office. It wasn't. Yeah. He sold so many projects off to private corporations that then turned around and what is it? Sold a lot of people out on his way out. And he held up quite a bit of money for human resources in New York at one point. It was just laying there and no one could utilize the funding because he got in his feelings about something. He's a very sensitive man, Mr. Giuliani.
It is Borat. It is Borat.
Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah. Borat.
It is just nasty.
Borderline grotesque.
Yes, it is. It is not even borderline. It's just nasty. It's just grotesque. Just the idea that with his sweaty forehead, little rat teeth, you know, like an evil, wicked, strange spirit. You know what I mean? Just that nastiness.
It's just a really bizarre caricature of himself, and you know, and just latent with hyper white supremacist ego. You know, and that's how he ran the city. He thought he was a one-man wrecking machine, and quite frankly, he was a wrecking machine. He did nothing to bring us together. In fact, he did more to divide the city when he was here. And then he walked out thinking he had done the most. And it's like, who in your corner tells you this crap?
Yeah, you know? Everybody that he made promises to, everybody that supported him, every group he screwed. And New Yorkers were walking around with picket signs and whatnot with pictures of him as Hitler back then. I remember it very clearly. Actually, as a city employee back then,
Yeah.
and at the time, I was what was considered a clerk. I was in a clerical position, and I was under the union local 1549.
Mhm.
I was a shopkeeper, but our delegates came and actually threatened us and told us that we had to vote for him. And if we didn't, they would know, he would know, and blah blah blah. It was not vote for him. I think it was vote for the shady deal next union, what is it? Contract. And it was like 0, 0, 0. This is years, 0% increase for the next 3 years, and then you get 1 and 2 or something like that.
1 and 2%.
Right, 1 and 2% increase. So, you know, the answer was absolutely not for me, but they came and they threatened people. And what ended up happening that year is that a lot of union delegates went to jail, where there was a big thing with DC 37 in New York City. And the only local that did not go along with it was local 371, which is the caseworkers, social workers, things like that, which really it helped shape some of my decisions back then. When I saw what happened with the union and how my union leaders went, the people who were supposed to be representing me went to jail. And I worked alongside some of the 371 folk who were like, hell no, we won't go. And I was like, yeah, with them. What's going on? You know?
So let me ask you a question. These were now, we all know the union reps are elected. Were people in place before you came, or were they voted in while you were there?
I think they had long-term, like, people tend to keep those positions even though they are voted in. People tend to vote for the same people unless somebody's really terrible. The guy, you know, it's so funny. I don't remember the name of the guy because this is back in like 90 something, you know, so I don't remember the name of the guy that was the head of 1549. I do remember the name of the gentleman who was the head of 371, may he rest in peace. His name was Charles Inslee, and he was so inspirational. He was just, you would have loved him, Rez. You would have loved him. You absolutely. He was no nonsense, in your face, and I don't know what the threats were or the promises were that Giuliani made to the allegedly made to the other representatives who took those deals, but those guys went to jail. And Charles was like, no. I didn't understand how people who made the deals with the mayor went to jail and the mayor did not go to jail or did not suffer any consequences. And that goes back to I wonder what he's thinking now. Oh, I won't suffer any consequences.
You know, and it's interesting because typically people that have raids or indictments, or things like that, it makes it hard, or convictions. It makes it hard, to get around and get jobs. And then we hear that they are back on top, or it's interesting. I often wondered, how politicians, particularly when they get caught doing egregious acts in hotel rooms, smoking crack, whatever you want to do, how they are still eligible for taxpayers' money, through an elective system, I guess, that just, says, you know what, it's okay, send him to rehab, he'll be all right, and he'll stop allegedly dealing with folks in hotel rooms in scantily clad positions and carryings on. Let's just get him back and brush him off and he'll be okay. And there's so much redemption and forgiveness, if you will, in those. But regular person, they haven't, you'd be scratching and surviving on an episode of Good Times, trying to figure out what your next move is, like.
Yeah, exactly.
you know, that's why the old boys club is what it is, man. It just is what it is. And we gotta, I think the walls of Jericho need to come tumbling down, and all of these things that we just accepted before as being what it is are now being hyper examined and, you know, dismantled. And I think that Giuliani is long overdue, quite frankly. He's long overdue.
Absolutely.
He got away with some really egregious stuff while he was here in New York, and folks let him. And, you know, that whole, people aren't threatened anymore behind, you know, words. It's just, all right, let's just see how this plays out, you know. But at the end of the day, you go protecting, you know, Trump and Giuliani are both New Yorkers, you know, and the fact that he was his main lawyer while he was in office, ooh, yeah, Lisa, I would have to agree. I would have to agree. You know, they all seem to flock together, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, we got the guys from, now this is what I think is super funny about this indictment of the folks that, the folks who were involved in the Ahmaud Arbery case. Are they just figuring out this was a hate crime? And why does it take so long for the hate crime to even be established?
Yeah, I feel like I remember 2 of them being arrested early on.
They were.
I don't recall them being released. Maybe that happened and, you know, it got lost in the news cycle.
And these guys are talking about they were making a citizen's arrest and this was an act of self-defense. But my question is, how do you feel like, you know, well, where was the, first of all, let's just go with their theory for a second. Let's just go with that pathetic theory for a second. You were making a citizen's arrest based on what? And if it was a theft of some type that you are alleging, where was the property? Because he clearly didn't have it when he was running. You chased him down in your pickup truck. So how were you in defense on offense? I just don't understand. You were in a vehicle with shotguns chasing somebody. How is that defensive posture? I don't know. Somebody needs to help me with that one. And this is what you're going to go with. And then, you know, you kill the man and you don't know him. There's no connection to you doing anything. And this is just being decided a hate crime?
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm I can't say, I shouldn't say I'm surprised. I'm again taken aback, let's say. Let me say that. I'm taking it back. Because, you know, what the hell is surprising these days? It happened, it occurred under the prior administration, and that may have something to do with the slow roll of justice. If you notice, what occurred with George Floyd, although different and more, we were sitting still watching that. I really think that made all the difference in the world.
What, the fact that he was out?
Huh?
The fact that he was out?
That who was out?
Chump.
Yeah, I think that had something to do with it in terms of the Justice Department putting an elbow in there. There's things, you know, that I've come to realize that happen behind the scenes that I'm not privy to. But when the long arm of justice reaches out and incarcerates a white man for killing a black man, there's something going. There's a little bit more than what meets the eye. I mean, even though it's obvious that the man was guilty, it's obvious, you know, but it's been obvious before. It's been the Arbery thing. It was obvious, and
it's only not obvious when it's them,
right? And it's been a year since Floyd, right? And we got a conviction. A cop is convicted and behind bars in a year, 1 year. A cop, white cop,
and they push back his sentencing.
But white cop. That's okay. So this Arbery thing, now they're going to have to play, they're going to start playing catch up with some of these things. And from what I understand, our new AG, Merrick Garland, who should have been sitting justice on the Supreme Court, but he's going to do justice. It appears as though he intends to do justice in a different way.
Okay.
You can't trust shit. You know you just can't. You just can't. You know,
I like that word.
You got to put it under a microscope and make sure it's actually shit. But he is putting police departments on notice and doing internal investigations on the departments, which need to happen. And so far it looks like he's on the right track. I mean, it just looks that way. I just pray it's not yet another diversion, you know.
Yeah, I mean, what else would they say? What's the matter, Bravey? Why are you scratching me?
Yeah,
it's hard to. First of all, you know, it's difficult to even have an opinion. Well, not to have an opinion. It's difficult to even be optimistic about things that are written because it's not. You know, things are written before, and at this point, America needs to see some actionable items that they execute and do. And, you know, and as much as I hate to say this, because Lord knows I don't particularly, you know what, actually I'm not even gonna mention his name, but, and yeah, for a lot of reasons, I just won't mention his name, but I will say that this is the first time that I'm ever agreeing with him, you know, because it's looking funny style for Mr. Biden. It's looking funny style based on this. Before you got in office, and I'm not talking about this office, I'm talking about the last office, and you have been living in America for a very long time, sir, with all due respect. I'm talking to Biden right now. And 2020 was a gross year, like a straight up disrespectful year for everyone. And like I've always said on this particular platform, that we have been living in 2020, we were living in two pandemics, and the oldest one being racism, right? And specifically Black racism, okay? Anti-Black racism. So the issue I have with Biden, or my raised eyebrow with Biden and his administration right now, is that in 2020, when they also started talking about the Asian hate based on the craziness that Trump put out there, you know, China this and China that on the coronavirus, and basically made it very traumatic, a traumatic environment, you know, for Asian Americans. They immediately, when they got in office, first 100 days, put legislation in office to protect them immediately. And my thought on that, which, you know, was triggered by, you know, wow, that's great. As much as I want to say that's great, and it is a great thing to do, it was the right thing to do. I'm thinking, sir, with all due respect, where the fuck is the legislation to protect Black folks? Mm-hmm. If that's what we're doing, you know, if that's how we're doing it, where is that legislation that protects us from police brutality and any other brutality? Because it's real. And how many deaths does it have to take to get that? Because it certainly didn't take a lot. You know, I mean, 2020 was 1 year outside of the year that United States terrorized Japan, you know, that I'm aware. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm open to being corrected here. If 2020, or if there was another situation that involves Asian Americans where they were threatened and it was scary for them, please let me know it. Please type it in the chat, because I definitely don't want to be ignorant. But according to my thinking, and at least my understanding, 2020 was based on Trump's stuff. You know, that people were rolling around doing egregious acts that should have been thrown under the jail for it. You know,
well, in the 1940s, there was the whole thing with the Japanese, being put, Japanese Americans being put in internment camps, and
Mhm.
I'm sure they experienced their share of racism back then.
Yes.
But since that time, there's not, to my knowledge, I mean, I know every now and then there's been something with Asian people in certain communities and blah blah, but it's I don't think it's been it. Well, I know for a fact it's not like black folks. If you're gonna start doling out the protections, you need to start with the black folks.
Tell me about it.
So you're
I mean,
absolutely right on that. So
this goes back to civil rights, and prior to that, like what is it? We just supposed to just be licking sticks for the administration? I'll be damned, But the fact that you did that, or you made that a priority, it really stood out. Like, and I'm questioning. I had to actually, I actually sent that message to Biden via email, and was like, like, what is this? Because it's like real. How do you respond to this? Because that's real. Because you got people that that broke their asses to get you in office, you and Kamala, quite frankly. And I'm not sure, again, I've always said there's one plane, two wings, but damn it, it's a plane. One is not functioning without the other. I'm not going to lean toward whichever one. I'm leaning toward whichever one is in whichever side, whichever gang members, quite frankly, can project the country forward in a way that we need to be able to live, survive, feed our families, make sure things okay, and have equality, and most of all, respect. Respect and opportunity. As you say, the quote unquote American dream is more like an American nightmare. And quite frankly, for that to happen, with the fact that we are actively marching in these streets, what does that say? What does that feel like? In my skin, this is what it feels like. It feels like a crock of bullshit. And I got my eyebrow lifted on the administration because of that and a few other things so far. So I don't know how they're going to sculpt this to make it right or to make it make sense, but I don't know.
Well, what I will say is this is a good time for a quick Black History moment.
All right.
On this day, on this day in, oh gee, I forgot it. Just as quick as I knew it, I lost it. But it was April 28th, 1967. Former world heavyweight boxing champion Muhammad Ali's title was taken from him as he refused induction into the military. And I know from speaking to you that this is one of your favorite historical facts.
Yes.
He was considered by many to be the world's most famous sports personality of all time. He was born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., changed his name, obviously, to Muhammad Ali. He had his title taken for refusing to be inducted into the military. And he declined because of his religious beliefs. And really, more importantly, because ain't no Viet Cong ever called him no nigga.
Facts. They were trying to draft him into that war, and he was like, this ain't my war. This ain't our war. This is some shit y'all stirred up. And why are you drafting? Why are we not getting rights and able to live free and equally in this country, but yet we're free and equal enough to be tossed out there on the front lines? Amen. Amen.
And amen.
Real talk. And it made perfect sense to me, perfect sense. And he put it all on the line because at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, well, we the first ones y'all call when y'all want shit cleaned up.
Exactly.
But yet.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Hammer toes, really? And that was a reason not to be drafted. Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Tio.
What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing?
Good. How you doing,
We're
man?
good.
I'm cool. I'm holding on, man. It's been a crazy last couple of days for me, but I'm trying to stay prayed up and just keep my energy up. You know what I mean? Because that energy is just a powerful thing. It just exudes off of you and onto other people, and I can't be putting out no bad energy. So I'm trying to keep it together.
Yo, I know that there's a little somebody with a big personality
Oh God.
that is helping keep your spirits up and lifted.
Yes.
Won't let you be
Yes.
down for a moment. Let's
Not
talk
at all.
about that young somebody.
My little Jackson.
I just have to ask about him. How's he doing, hon?
You know what? He's doing great overall. I'm having one of those concerned parent moments right now because he has acne. Not acne. He has what's that dry
Eczema?
skin?
Eczema?
He has eczema prone skin.
Okay.
And over the last, I want to say, week, he started having like these outbreaks and it spread. So now he has this huge mass from his armpit to his waist of eczema. And I'm just like, oh my God, my baby. So he has a doctor's appointment tomorrow for that. So I'm, just praying. That's got my nerves like on edge. How it is. Something go wrong with your baby. It's just like, oh, nothing is right until your kid is right.
Right.
So I'm like on edge, like you wouldn't believe right now.
What kind of soaps are you using? Are you using neutral soaps?
So here's the thing. This is what we think it is because people that I spoke to, I picked every parent's ear that every parent's mind that I know, like what could be causing this. But the consensus, rather, the overall is that dairy products causes it to flare up. And he's in school now and they're always giving milk and ice cream. So there's that. Then another thing is I just and I guess this is something, if this is the cause, it's kind of backfiring on me. I got him this Dr. Teal's melatonin body wash and bubble bath, to help him sleep. And I noticed that after we started using that is when this outbreak came along. So I'm like, that's the only thing that's changed in the program. Everything else has been the same. That's the only thing that has changed. So, we'll find out at the doctor tomorrow what's what, and hopefully, get it cleared up and out of here.
Yeah, for eczema, it's you can easily trace it's what you wash your clothes in, what he comes in contact with, and usually it's a little different from what's the other one, psoriasis, but eczema can be treated and.
Yeah. So y'all send up a prayer for my baby.
all the time. So what else is going on, man?
Listen, working and keeping this music coming and trying to get this album done and trying to plan these videos and trying to get back on some stages and just trying to make these moves and like I said before, just keep my energy up because without that, it's like y'all know how it is. You're in entertainment. If your energy is not right, everything is just off. You know what I mean? And you can't give your audience your best when your energy is effed up. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest thing right now. I'm really into like this whole self-help bit lately, meditation, trying to get to the point where the meditating doesn't turn into naps, but I'll get there.
That's okay, because
listen, I wake up to the dude still talking about now breathe in. So it's all good. But yeah, I just dropped a new single that I'm bringing to y'all tonight, Girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so how about we take a listen to it and you let us know, what inspired it, and I think it's pretty hot personally. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
about you, then talk about me. Like I'm a believer in keeping it a beat, right? Plus the word on the curve is that cat might just slip and swerve. Right? Why he so jealous? No reason, can't even tell us. So why you all in my inbox? Cause she been liking my TikToks. Nothing going on with us, kick rocks. Stepping on my toes, flip flops. See this, that I that'll get you killed around with the wrong one. Might wanna back up slowly, you don't even know me. Go ahead, on son. Girlfriend, get your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, check your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, he talking about you reckless, respectless. How we make the cut on your checklist? Cause I damn sure didn't expect this. That evil makes me think he is an insecure little bee. Sideways, he be coming at me. Probably want this vitamin D. Girl, better look at them signs. You've been through this how many times? Don't be blind and pay no mind. Might not go so good next time. I'm just saying, some of these cats be claiming it's not serious. I'm just playing, yeah. And you wanna go and act crazy? Listen up here, ladies. You need to be respected. You need to be protected. Cause it's that type that'll hit the fan if you don't check it. You need to be respected. You need to be protected. Cause it's that type that'll just keep going on if you let it. Girlfriend, get your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, check your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, get your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, check your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. It's always somebody doing what they're not supposed to. They're the first to try to flip and put the blame all on you. It's always somebody doing what they're not supposed to. Checking up to see if you've been creeping like they own you. It's always somebody doing what they're not supposed to. They're the first to try to flip and put the blame all on you. It's always somebody doing what they're not supposed to. Checking up to see if you've been creeping like they own you.
OMG, I wish everybody would just leave us alone. Sounds like they just hating cause they ain't got nobody. He just be playing. He ain't serious. Well, what kind of friends are you? Just shut up and turn the fucking music up.
Girlfriend, get your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with. Girlfriend, check your man if that's your boyfriend. Girlfriend, understand I'm not to be toyed with.
You need to stop lying. He would never do anything like that. OMG, I wish everybody would just leave us alone. He would never hurt me. He loves me. Sounds like they just hating because they ain't got nobody. Well, what kind of friends are you? You just don't want to see us happy. He just be playing. He ain't serious. My man ain't jealous. Y'all the ones jealous. See, why you so worried about me and my man? He would never hurt me. He loves me. Just shut up and turn the fucking music up.
I love that.
Thank you.
Bravo.
That's a bop, sir.
Thank you.
So, what's the backstory?
Yes.
Well, first of all, the message is simple. Protect our women. I was thinking about a friend of mine who was actually I think it's coming up on the 5th anniversary of her being gone, but she was killed by her husband and he killed himself. Very, very jealous guy, very just, a very Ike and Tina kind of story. You know what I mean? And, like I said in the song, you need to be respected. You need to be protected because these are the kind of things that can hit the fan if you don't check it. If you don't get this situation under wraps and or get away from this jealous person or whatever, it can go way left, whether you wind up in the hospital, dead, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because for it to be such a serious topic, I wanted to make something that would bop in the clubs because I wanted to be heard. You know, if you just make a song that is sounding all melancholy, like, oh, you know, he hit me, he hit you, get away from him, girl, you can do better. You know, people listen to it, but it doesn't really kind of get out there. You know what I mean? But I was like, God, if I could take that message and wrap it around something that people are gonna be like, oh snap. You know what I mean? Because people tend to listen to
it.
Right. People would get into a beat first, and then after you caught up in the beat, you're like, wait a minute, girlfriend, get your man. What's, you know, they get into what I'm saying. So that's my thing. But yeah, I've had situations, and just because the song is called Girlfriend doesn't mean it doesn't apply to the fellas too. You know, we deal with, you know, jealous chicks, and chicks deal with jealous dudes. You know, it goes both ways. It just so happened that this particular situation, a good girlfriend of mine, her super duper jealous boyfriend started messaging and asking questions like, what's up with you and her? Why are you and her so close? Why y'all this? Why y'all? And I'm like, bruh, that's my girl. That's like my sis. So, you know, don't get it twisted thinking that there's something going on that's not there. First of all, I've been in the picture way before you. I'm gonna be here after you're gone. So, you know, and when I went to her, I was like, girlfriend, get your man. and it just kind of stuck, you know? So that's how Girlfriend came about. True story.
so is there going to be like a music video? And
you know,
I got to ask the follow up. Who are the females voicing the conversation at the end?
Okay. So first the video. I am wrecking my brain trying to figure out what direction I'm gonna take the video. Should I do one? Because I want the video to tell a story of, you know, a woman coming out victorious out of a bad situation. But at the same time, the song itself is such a bop that I don't want the video to be dark and depressing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. What if I can find a way to mesh the two, then so be it. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a video, especially with the weather about to pop off now. There's going to be a video. Man. Absolutely. Yeah. The voice. Let me tell you something. I had to go in, I think maybe 2-3 years ago now, to the doctor for my annual checkup or whatever. And the nurse that was there at the time, everything was going on with gang, you know, so it was 2 years ago because everything was going on with gang. And she was like, you know, how are you doing today? You know, I was like, yo, you don't want to know. She was like, is everything okay? And I just completely lost my shit. Meltdown right there in the doctor's office. And so she, you know, I told her what was going on, and me and her just bonded. And me and her are thick as thieves to this day. And I call her my sis now, but at the time she was just my nurse. But my sis Deviani did all the voices for me, and she's also on another track that's going to be on my album. She's the Spanish voice on the intro for my album that's coming out this summer.
See there?
Oh man.
Yep.
And I love the fact that, you know, she asked you a question and you didn't give her a rhetorical answer.
Because it was too heavy. It was too heavy. I mean, I think we've all been there when you have the weight of the world, according to you. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and somebody asks you if you're okay, and it's like the dam just breaks open. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. I was at the peak of my holding onness, if you will. So, yeah, man.
So let me ask you a question, and this is it's based on something. It's rooted somewhere real fast, Tito. Okay. Do you believe that, and obviously I may assume your answer, but I want to ask you the question and then ask you why.
Okay.
All right. Do you believe that men and women can be platonic friends?
Absolutely. I do believe that men and women can be platonic friends. I know quite a few. I have quite a few. But it's like, I don't think it's that particular guy and girl that is the problem. I think it's the people around them. So if either or are involved in a relationship, or if both are involved in a relationship, you have to be secure and trusting and knowing that your partner isn't out here doing something in the name of friendship. You know what I mean? But yeah, I believe it. I don't understand why it seems like that's such a
hot topic.
Yeah, or why it's seemingly such a problem, especially when it's someone who was around way before you came into the picture. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, we got somebody in the hot seat right now, and he's generally in the hot seat because he says a lot of ignorant shit. And I'm talking about your boy Steve Harvey, who made a
What did he do now?
Yeah, he just won't sit down. You know, he just, you know, and you know, I don't know. Like he goes from being sexist to homophobic to whatever you want to say. You know, and it's always this laced with this old country backwood Bama kind of whatever. But you know, yeah, he said that, you know, that he didn't believe that, and that's probably because you have issues of self-control and issues of being just you know, a Neanderthal at you know. But it's sad because I think that if we had more authentic relationships that didn't involve sex or hitting on people, or just, you know, you just know that you have a friend, and it's okay to admire a friend, but you have, you know, there are boundaries. You know, there should be healthy boundaries that you will not, you know, if you got a friend, you're not going to proposition your friend or be somewhere doing some dark shit with your friend.
You know something, I tend to think, and this is just one of my back of my mind, but well, I'm putting it all out there now. But I tend to think that people who feel like members of the opposite sex can't be platonic friends would be the main ones to be up to some seediness. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like they are subconsciously keeping the door open to have whoever they want. Oh, you know, we can be. It's more like friends with benefits to them, or friends with potential benefits to them, rather than that's just Tito. That's just so and so. You know what I mean? Like, I got several damn girlfriends, and the thought of anything going down is like, ugh, that's sis. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, that's family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I think that is one of those things that people are always going to be divided on. You're gonna have people that have their reasons for whatever. It may sound ignorant as hell to us. Somebody said it's the they people. Yeah, them over there. But
you have
I personally don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Especially with the way the world is now, where we all need to be trying to lean on each other as much as possible, any damn way, to have yet another layer of divisiveness. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, next question.
The more people there are in the world to love you, the better.
Yeah, you know, like genuinely love you and not
genuine support, genuine love, no backdoor stuff, just friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, because it's the way I float, that shit is sexy. Doesn't mean I gotta fuck them. Just means that shit is sexy.
Right.
To be, you know,
it's dope.
Friends.
It's dope, but everybody doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, I could be walking down the street with any female, and instantly the thought is that I'm with this person, that we're together. You know? I'm with Patricia Porter right now. Steve be doing too much for me personally. And you know, the irony of that is y'all gonna chew me up for this, but I love Steve Harvey. When I wanted to do comedy, he was like my damn comedic idol. But at the same time, I can love you and still be like, nah.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think that he, you know, and it's interesting. I separate what people do from who they are, you know.
Right.
And he's been consistent in an area for me when I was really trying to understand. Because I just, you know, and I think that on his show, I think he saved a lot by Shirley Strawberry and the other woman whose name escapes me, because they kind of cover his faux pas or just, I know there has to be some backdoor shut the hell up, you know, you say X, Y, and Z, you know, not even as a joke, because it's just, you know, and I'm by no means sensitive like that, but I know that it's coming from a true space of ignorance. Like, it's, you know, who doesn't like a good joke?
Right.
You know, but at the end of the day, there's some places that jokes come from when it's rooted in something that's not necessarily funny.
Yep.
That's
those true jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those true jokes. People will cover, you know, mask their what they deem as their truth with some, you know, jokes. But it's up to you to discern, like, wait a minute, that shit was supposed to be funny, but look, that, excuse me for cursing. That was supposed to be funny.
You gonna apologize for cursing?
I didn't listen. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Let me say this about that real quick. I've been trying so hard to cut back on the cussing, and I'm like, look, it's people out here robbing, stealing, and killing. Y'all gonna let me have this damn coffee, and y'all gonna let me cuss? You
know what I'm saying? Look, I feel you, because you know what? I don't cuss a lot, but I feel like recently it's been crawling up my back, up my spine.
Listen,
you know, a couple of cuss words, and God damn it, I'm gonna use them. You know,
listen,
what I'm saying?
As my grandmother would say, it's just all in my spirit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, tell everybody where and how they can get your new song, Girlfriend, because it's a head bop.
Thank you. You can get it. You can go to www.roseboymusic.com. Just like it sounds, ROSEBOY, www.roseboymusic.com. You can get it from there right now. Also, this Friday, the 30th, I believe it hits all the other platforms, iTunes, Amazon, so on and so forth. You can actually go on those and pre-order it right now. So that's where you can get it. Yeah. And you can follow me on IG. Everything is at Part of Sadir. PARTOFSYDIR. Part of Sadir.
Nice. Yeah. That's what's up. Thank you.
How you spell Sadir?
SYDIR, like speak your dreams into reality.
Ooh. I think I knew that part.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. Speak your dreams into reality. That's why I took the T off and rebranded and just made it Sadir.
SYDIR, right?
SYDIR. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you for always honoring women and holding us up and that being reflective, because songs are still beautiful when you do that. You lose nothing by calling a queen a queen. We appreciate it, you know, for sure.
Absolutely. Everybody follow Tito and on all platforms.
Yes.
I hope I got that right. Did I get that right? I do follow you on all platforms.
It's on everything. It's at Part of Sadir.
I just look for the baby and say, "Ooh, I like that."
He's there.
Exactly. And buy Girlfriend. Go get it right now. Thank you so much for coming through, baby. We love you.
Thank you. See y'all. You have a good one.
You too, man.
He's so sweet.
He is. He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man.
Yes, he is. His spirit is just so open and it feels so pure, you know? Really does.
Absolutely.
And
so, I'm sorry, what were we going to say?
Go ahead.
You said and?
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to segue.
Mm-hmm.
Since we were talking about great music, our special guest tonight has some really, really great music. Apparently, she won a really special award for it. So, you know, I'm not the only one that feels that way about it. Dope voice, dope sister.
Dope.
And I want to play her most recent music video.
Let's get it.
And yeah, and then I guess we can bring her on, because you know everybody's gonna want to meet this amazing woman. Her name is Ida Divine, I'm sorry, and the name of the song is Insomnia.
Sometimes I can't believe it's my life. Are you living in it too? Oh baby, can you believe that it's real? A dream come true. I must be having a meltdown, down, down. Or a deja vu. I'm not wrong, but I'm not right. Can I sing the song during the daylight? I just hope that I just might be the one who had it right. Oh, I just switched up, mixed up. But all I wanna be is a woke up. I ain't take no pill, cause that's not how I feel. If this is not a dream, let me know it's real. I've been up for days, just replaying time. I've been up for days, things stay in my mind. I've been up for days, daydreaming that's all. I've been up for days, just can't sleep at all. Whatever you think in your mind, it will very well come true. On God, I just wanna close my eyes. Hallucinations are not cute. Oh baby, would you be so kind and turn the light off in my room? I think I'm going to lay down, down, down. Meeting with the man on the moon. Came close but never got the much needed slumber. Dumb and dumber, just wait till I get under the covers. They say sleep is the cousin of death, but I wonder, could it be another dimension to rediscover it? So, can I meet you there? Switch up the scene, middle of nowhere. You be the king, I'll be the queen. If this is not a dream, let me know it's real. I've been up for days, just replaying time. I've been up for days, things stay in my mind. I've been up for days, daydreaming that's all. I've been up for days, just can't sleep at all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Please.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
Sexy.
Nice. Nice.
Beautiful
Nice.
voice.
Yes, let's break it all the way down.
Staten Island.
Ida Divine, for sure.
Judy.
Hey, can you hear me? Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, JaVonne. Thank you so much for having me. Hi, Patricia. Hi, LaVon. Hi, everybody.
What's happening, Ida? No,
all good. I want to give a shout out to Sadir as well. Great interview. I caught some of the end of that. Good brother.
Yeah.
Some really great things actually. So thank you.
Yes, and I just want to mention that his picture on his page or whatever that is, his little icon picture is hot, fire.
Yeah,
I just had to say that. How you doing, love? How have you been doing? Let's start there.
I've been doing good. It's been a long journey for me, and it's been a great week, very nice week. Last 2 weeks actually. So things have been going good. All hard work is paying off. It's always good to see that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Let's take it back for a second, because folks may think you came out of obscurity when that is so far from the facts of the matter. Because you had something drop like in 2013, if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. So like you weren't
2009.
2000. Okay.
2009. It was very raw, but yeah.
Okay. So I say that to say you're not obscure. You've been grinding in the real sense of the word for a while. Can we talk about some of your projects and lead it all the way up to these awards and billboards and all of this fabulousness is going on?
Sure. So I'm originally from Staten Island, and I thought I was going to be in the Wu-Tang. I really did. You couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me I wasn't. So I started rapping, and then in the early 2000s, I was living down south in North Carolina, and found some management who thought I should sing instead of rapping. They were like, you might have a better career as a singer if you learn how to sing. So I was like, you might be right. So I kind of started writing raps in R&B 16 bar styles, if you would say. So I would write like a rap, but then sing it. So, but then I started doing like a whole bunch of open mics, and then from there it turned into, hey, I got a studio. You want to record something on my studio? And then I started to get noticed more and more, and then start to open up for artists like Sunshine Anderson and Fantasia and things like that. And then I moved back to New York, and then things took off from there. I didn't have any management. I was kind of like on the indie grind, you know, doing all the shows and stuff in New York, and just continuously grinding until now you don't really need a label, which is great. So I put everything out myself and have gained this organic audience to now where I do need management again. And shout out to KT Management who booked this lovely interview for me.
Thanks.
Kenya.
The UK has really taken to me over the last few years, and have given me a good award of 2020 Blackout Soul Artist Female of the Year. So I'm excited about that. I'm so happy. I worked really hard for it, and will continue to. Yeah.
Nice. See, I always said the UK and overseas, Japan even supports our artistry in ways that the United States, we got to play catch up here. And it's no tea, no shade. Can we talk about Molecular Legato first?
Oh, what you know about that? Okay.
I'm like, listen, lady, listen.
Yeah, it was really, really raw. That was my first album, really raw. And I was still in Charlotte when that came out. I think it was 6 songs, 12 songs. I'm not even sure. It was like I keep saying, it was real raw because I was still trying to find my voice, and I was just kind of like everywhere with it. But it kind of congealed into this poetry, hip hop, R&B project that was really great. I got Inspector Deck from the Wu-Tang on one of the cuts on it, and I have a artist, poet on it as well, who is all throughout the album, just kind of introducing each song with a poem. It's really dope. It's really dope, and I'm really happy about how that's continuously making doors open for me, because you do something a long time ago and you think people forget, but they don't. So that's good.
Any chances of re-releasing some of that stuff too? I say this because, like, and I always use her as an example, Anita Baker, right?
Yeah.
You know, Anita Baker's Rapture album took off so much that they re-released, you know, Sweet Love, and from the first album that she did, you know, and it gave it new life. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, when artists are first starting out, they have some real dope ass material on that album, and then, you know, they take off, and then folks need to, you know.
No one heard it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right. I was just the other day actually talking about some of my stuff that was raw and not produced very well, to just redo them. So yes, that's definitely something I plan on doing. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So Marshmallows and
Machetes. Yeah.
Well, who comes up with these titles? And what let's
somebody that has a lot of time on their hands and smoke weed. Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes. Every now and then.
Recreationally, you know. Yeah, so I wrote that when was that? It was a few years ago. But what I'm trying to say is that was an experiment, because I wanted to create something that I could produce, because I was at that time having so many issues with producers. I love producers, but sometimes the artist-producer dynamic it has to be cohesive. So I was like, you know what? On this project, I'm going to produce everything myself, and that's what I did. So, and that's how it came out. It's still very raw, but I loved that project because it was all me. It was pretty much every single thing on that was
Marvin Gaye on them.
Yeah, I did. I was like, here you go, here, my dear.
I'm saying, and I maintain out of necessity. Sometimes you birth some really, and you get skill sets that you wouldn't have had traditionally as just a performer. You know.
Yeah. I literally downloaded this app, a production app, and made all the beats on my phone. Yeah. It was nice. It took me a good 3 months to do, but it's a nice experience. I don't even know if I have time to do that again. I'd rather just find some producers that I like and be like, oh, that's dope. Let's work together. Let's share the money. Let's share it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then there's divine timing.
Divine timing. Yeah. That's one of my favorites because I thought it was time for me to put out something that I really was talking to people on. I think the first few projects I was talking to myself, trying to find myself, and then Divine Timing was pretty much a song for people, for people outside of myself. I've done enough self-therapy to myself. Now I can make a song for you, right? So, and then one of the songs on the project is dedicated to my brother who passed 3 years ago. And then there is another song on the project, the title track Infinity, that was, I won't say it was stolen, but the track was used by Jen Aiko and her, which today I'm very happy about because I know they heard it from me. I know they did. So it was the same exact track, and a lot of people were what inspired beloved Vashti. Oh, my great grandmother, her name is Vashti. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I've and also not to get away from the I don't know the right word to use for when someone uses your intellectual property, but I'll just say this. There's another song that Lil Mama did that was very similar to mine too. So that just tells me that people who I don't know about me, and that's good. That's a really good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing, actually.
That's what you want. You want people that you don't know to know who you are.
Yeah, you hear about it. Oh, they took this and they took that, but it's the way you look at it. You know what I mean? And if you are really blessed and talented, there's more where that came from. No one can ever take anything from you. You'll create more. There's more to give. So
that's true. And the other thing is to, make sure that you have your copyrights and so forth and so on.
Absolutely.
When you're talking about people using, your beats and so forth, and your tracks especially. Beats are easy to copy and to say, hey, it's just a beat.
And you can just switch up a key sound or an octave, and then it's a totally different track now. So
right.
That's a good point for anyone going into studios now that are working with producers where things can get heard, because particularly now in the digital era, because that means you can fly vocals and you can fly a lot of stuff around, but you got to that's an important piece to make sure that these producers that you are working with sign agreements first, and a lot of that is on those NDAs. Like, listen, we're not going to be playing this randomly. We're going to keep this project under wraps until we're ready to release it.
That's right.
That way folks can't hear it, and lock those agreements in. So when there's violation, you didn't do it, you know what I mean? And you can hold people accountable.
Something is leaked and you didn't do it, and you and them was the only people in the room. So
Facts. Yeah, it's important. You have a dope ass tone. I just need to tell you that,
Thank you. Anita Baker said, listen, that's my fairy godmother right there. But yeah, thank you so much. I don't know where that comes from, but I can talk like this, or I could get on the phone and speak very proper, or I could talk like I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina and do the damn thing, or I have so many different tones and things that I play around with, so it's fun.
That leads me to ask, is there any acting in your past or future?
Yeah, I've done a play, 11 night play, one time. That was good. But I'm definitely very interested in acting. I've had a few friends tell me I should get into it. So I don't know how to get into that. It's not like the music business. It's some other stuff you got to do. But you know what? Instagram is helping everyone get on into their respective talents. So, maybe I can just do some skits and, put it out there and see what happens.
Or you're absolutely a writer. And I know that, you got a journey and a story. You might want to start with your own piece.
You're right.
Because those are the pieces that give people a peek, into what's really going on. And like a lot of times folks really want to know the artist's journey,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Queen Kima.
Yeah. She DM'd me today. She was like, "Oh, my girls are getting on today. Yes, we all know each other."
Yo, can I tell you how dope Queen Kima is? Like,
yeah, she knows everybody.
Yes, she does, and she's a dope ass soul.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yeah. And actually, this is a good question, Pop. What legendary artists do you have in your music library that gets you going, Ida?
Oh, this is gonna sound so crazy, but I love Hector Lavoe.
What?
Yeah. I love Nina Simone, legendary. Yeah, Hall and Oates, Shaka Khan. That's my birthday twin. Yeah. Hitters,
Yeah, Hall and Oates now.
Yeah,
that was my boys. I had a personal conflict when they broke up.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like, why? What the hell?
What's the problem? Yeah, it's like a parent when parents divorce. Like, what's going on? No, you guys get it together.
Would you remake something they did?
Oh, yes.
What would you remake?
Oh, I do. I can't go for that as a cover all the time, but
really,
I love.
I can see that.
I love Rich Girl.
Rich Girl.
Yeah.
I had a cousin that used to sing that disrespectfully off key to the top of his lungs. It gave me a whole new.
Yes, Misty Aguanile, one of my favorites by Hector.
Yes. Yeah. So, New Yorker at heart, huh?
Yeah.
What do you want to see when the world opens up? What's on your agenda when the world opens up? Where do you see yourself live?
Okay. Well, as of this morning, a show that I booked and I got a deposit for in London. I found out that the show is back on now in July in London. So I would really love to be there in July. That's a few months away. And I feel like we are opening up. Fully opened up. I like to go to a live concert. Yeah. Obviously I want to sing again on the stage. That's that's number one. But I want to feel normal again and go out maskless, come out. You know what? I do like those clear masks. When you talk too close to people and they spit, like that might be something I might, keep
forever, right?
I might keep that around, but just, to interact with people, dance with people again, a club, something, make you feel like you're a human again, a science experiment,
Right. Yeah. Man,
I want to go to the club again.
Yeah. Something has. I mean, I think we have had enough time off to restructure some of these places, and you got to do it. And I hear New York City just lifted their ban for the summer for bars and restaurants and things like that, so they can still be beyond midnight. So,
as
Yeah.
people behave, things start to get a little bit more, open, and obviously the vaccine is allowing people to get access to more things. So, yeah.
So are you a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer, or have you been vaccinated, or is that none of my damn business? That's okay if you don't want to share it with the world now.
This is a topic that I think we're going to be talking about. I didn't see it. Yeah. It's a dear duet.
That would be nice. I would like that.
That would be nice.
I can see that.
So as far as traveling, okay, as far as how I feel about things, I'm one of those, I'm definitely a conspiracy theorist. I'm extremely health conscious person. Like I could live in the woods and drink my pee. I mean, if I had to. I'm just saying, I could do that. But I also feel like I also feel like our path in life and what we are doing and our blessings come from our ancestors. So I say that to say I'm going to be okay regardless whether I take it or not. I don't want to. I don't want to be forced to be injected with anything. Now, I want it to be my choice. So if it's a choice and I need to go to Africa and do this huge concert, I think I'm gonna have to do that. You know what I mean? I think my ancestors got me there. So
yeah, that would be dope. That would be dopeness. Yeah. And even London, you know what I'm saying? To go to London and, you know, perform on a big stage and
yeah,
get new fans and new love.
Yeah. I mean, I think
That
you
could
know
be worth it for you.
the travel thing is something that I've always loved to do. I love to travel, so I don't think any human born on this planet should be restricted from traveling this beautiful world. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's what I
You
plan
have
to
to
do.
live your truth.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And don't
yeah.
deprive yourself of your joy.
That's right. Amen.
Yes.
You have such a calm demeanor and a calming soul, like spirit, you know, like your energy. Do you get pumped up, riled up, or you know, you just always like calm and cool? You just
I'm usually very, very calm. I like to watch. I like to. That's where I get all this music from. I like to watch people. I like to. I've had a very tumultuous childhood in the projects, so I've had enough excitement. Trust me. But for the most part, yeah, I'm pretty low key. I like to turn up. I like to get on stage and do all that.
You also write your own stuff. So what inspires some of your songs, and what song are you nursing right now that's like you can say that's your baby, that you really, you know?
Well, I get a lot of my songs from personal experiences and just, you know, being nosy, getting in people's business. I like to listen to what people say about their relationships, and you know, if it sounds juicy, I might write a song about it. You know. But Insomnia, I'm really loving right now because it's a true story. I'm a nurse. I've been working third shift for a good over 10 years, and I would work these 312s, so 7P to 7A. And then on the days when I was off, I couldn't sleep. I'd be up all night, up for days. So that's where the song came from. I'm glad everybody likes it. There's a lot of people who have been telling me they relate to insomnia. You know, you're up for so long, and your mind starts to do things, and then
Yeah.
and then you get
video.
Thank you. Thank you
sexy
so
as
much.
hell.
Thank you.
And I should have known you was an Aries because that fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not typical that Aries are very calm people either.
No,
So that must come out in the pen.
Yeah. I have that Scorpio ascendant, so I think that's what it is.
Aha.
Yeah.
Aries, Scorpio. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fire.
There's a lot going on, so I need to stay calm. So yeah.
That's you know, now that I'm thinking about that is a lot. I'm a Scorpio, so
Okay, then. Well, you know.
yeah, I really do. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if you know, but I happen to be a shockaholic too. So, you know,
Ooh.
yeah, Shaka Khan.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I know all
that's
about
the Aries of all Aries, ain't it?
Yeah, so your birthday, I have studied your birthday diligently just so that
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
So
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was you, but I knew it was Shaka's. But
Right.
No, now.
One and the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Shockaholic. I'm gonna use that. I'm
Yes.
definitely shockaholic.
Yes.
What's your favorite? I know I'm interviewing, but what's your favorite Shaka song?
Sweetheart, we could
I
be
know,
all
I know,
day
it's
having that
awful,
discussion. I will, you know, one day offline, I will. Matter of fact, what I will do is send you some Shaka stuff that you may not even be aware of.
I
you
like
know?
that.
Or you'll have some Shaka stuff that you always loved, and you know, just I'll send it to you in a special way.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
I'll do a special mix for you.
Deal. I would love that.
In your live performances, do you do any covers?
Yeah, I do covers. I do Everlasting Love by Shaka.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah. I do some Sade. I used to do Kells, but I can't do that anymore.
Wise choice.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I love covers. I used to do a residency, a 4-hour residency when I would do like just 4 hours of covers. I did "Sexy Lady" by the go-go version, "Sexy Lady." Yeah. So yeah, I do some reggae covers.
Dope. See, and guys, and this is directly to our audience, like there may be a lot of names you may not know immediately that have been in this business doing the damn thing, grinding, and don't think that it's an overnight sensation, because this young lady's been working very, very hard for a number of years, putting out information, and that I want to implore you all to go check it out. Go check out a library of stuff that she has.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's not much that comes, easy. So you mentioned that you are a nurse and you do extra shifts sometimes, and you grinding out, doing this singing thing, and you're trying to get into the acting thing. I mean, when do you sleep? I mean, like, what does that look like for you? Like, what does a typical week look like for you?
A week? I get to work from home now, so that's good. I'm not touching anybody anymore. I don't do, as we call it, bedside nursing. So I work with medical records now, so that's good. So now I could work from anywhere. Like I could go and travel and do a show, and just work from the hotel or something like that. But a lot of meetings. Talking to my managers. There's 2 of them, so they be banging me in the head all day long. I talk to them. We got a lot going on this week, so a lot of meetings, and how black women do. We clone ourselves and we make it happen. I don't know how it happens. When it's time to go to sleep, I shut it down. It's time to go to bed. Yeah, start all over tomorrow.
Nice.
And what do you do for fun? Like just straight up.
I like to. You can't really do anything anymore. Just stay in the house. I watch movies. I like to exercise. I like to go for walks. I like creating new songs. I have 2 boys. I like talking to them, getting on their nerves.
2 boys? How old?
Yeah, 20 and 23.
Wait, pause. Wait, time out. Flag on the play. Hold on.
42. I'm 42 years old. I started real early, girl. Real early. Too early.
JaVonne, what is this? What do we always say? Like black. I see this. I understand, Ida. I understand why they stay mad at us.
Okay.
Because we are just so fucking magical.
Easy too.
We are a beautiful people, and just don't cry. Have you? All right. I don't want to. Okay.
I used to drag them to my shows too. That's my mommy. Listen, I ain't got nobody can watch you. You need to sit down right here. I'm gonna be singing on the stage. Don't touch nothing. Sit right there. Okay. All right. When we get done, we can go get some pizza. Yeah.
So that's page number 19, section 2, paragraph A of the Black Mama Handbook. Okay. Sit here, don't touch nothing.
Yes.
I mean, right?
Don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, don't say nothing to nobody.
Yeah. One time I was on the stage, kind of just like. Yeah, it's been a journey. Yeah. So
see, that's the kind of stuff that falls right up under the idea of being a working mother, and having that's the kind of stuff that because once upon a time in the industry, and I may be dating myself a bit, but it was taboo to have children, because they were so busy trying to sell sex and keep these images that didn't fit 90% of the artists that they had, but you couldn't have kids, and they thought being pregnant was a death sentence. Shout out to Tita Gray. What's up,
I'm gonna see you Saturday, Tita.
Yeah, Tita Gray, the legendary Tita Gray. What's up, mama? And and just it was just so taboo, and it's great to hear that, I remember them giving like Tony Braxton problems when she got pregnant, and they think it's the end of the world, that you can't have a baby and still work. 90% of working women that get pregnant work till they don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
You know? It's just
What's beautiful. I agree. What's beautiful now in the last few years, seeing artists like Cardi be very big pregnant and still working and still performing on stage. You know, obviously Beyonce being huge pregnant and making this, you know, making it okay for you to be a pregnant woman and a singer. I mean, yeah. I mean, we have children and we sing. It's actually a normal thing. So I'm glad that it's becoming more normal.
You know, some of those gatekeepers, they're brilliant in business, but bad in just ideas of what they thought women, you know, because honestly, you know, again, God made us second, you know, he improved the model. So we tend to know what the hell we're doing. You just have to let us do it and support us around doing
That's
it.
right.
That's the issue, and stop telling us what we can't do.
Yeah.
Everything Black women touch is fucking amazing.
Listen, watch us do it. Just sit back and watch. Yeah.
How about that?
And I'm growing sick and tired of having to prove it all over and over and over and over again. At this point, it's just kind of like, shut up and let us do our damn thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
They're learning.
Yes.
What's up with this billboard?
Yeah. So a billboard in Times Square. It says congratulations, JaVonne, Blackout Female Soul Artist 2020. And to see that, I went and saw it last night. It's going to be there the whole week after 5 p.m. So if you're down there, please just look up. When I see me, I'm going to be like,
yes.
Thank you so much, Tequila and Kenya. That's big shit right there.
That is big shit.
Yeah, that'll make somebody feel good.
Yes. That's management for your ass. You know?
Listen, they pull through, and like you just said, in Black women, they just come together, and we are the plug. So they made it happen.
See what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, y'all.
This is the media, one of the media capitals of the United States, and Times Square, of course, is the mecca for all of that. And to have a billboard in Times Square advertising anything, and particularly a congratulations, is amazing. And shout out to your management team, KG. We see you, and you know. Just keep it cracking, and whatever we can do to support you in your journey, let us know. We playing any more music, Jay? Got your fingers on anything over there?
Well, you know, we could do this.
Yeah, we could do that.
Welcome. This is the Divine Timing EP. I welcome you. Come on in the room. Come
We carry the currency, regardless of the situation formally. Duty free for those who accompany. Turn a blind eye to the penalties. Keep the goods in close proximity. Commercial price for everybody normally. I'm in Hotel Indigo. Nobody saw it, but I let everything go. All I wanted was love. I wanted the trust. We got caught on the wrong side of love. But would you be with me through infinity? What good is it, girl? And all the riches in the world. I curate for the curator. I rotate and watch the time fade off. Family is family, but I'll do business gladly. Trying to buy up all the property. Mexico City and the Guyanese. Between New York and London. Y'all had a little money, but y'all was moving funny. All I wanted was love. I wanted the trust. We got caught on the wrong side of love. would you be with me through infinity? What good is it, girl, and all the riches in the world? Addicted to this mirror on the side of my building. I'm living in Brooklyn. Yeah, I come back with the greenbacks, make stats with the droid apps, make y'all clapping that straight facts. We just Googling a life hacks. You're welcome. I do it for my two sons, my kings in transition. Watch how they mama moved and they paid attention. All I wanted was love. I wanted the trust. We got caught on the wrong side. But would you be with me to infinity? What good is a girl with all the riches in the world? Would you be with me to infinity? What good is a girl? What good is a girl that all riches in the world?
Yes, infinity. So that's the track that Jen shared.
That is dope. That is dopeness right there. You know, you are about to blow the hell up. That's all I have to say to you.
It's been, you know what, I think all the years have just been cultivated. I don't think it should happen very quickly for anyone. I think you should really be eased into what to expect and, you know, how to conduct yourself. So I think I'm ready for it to slowly blow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's some science there. That's some science you just dropped for sure.
Yeah.
What are some of the lessons that you got that you say, yeah, I got to stick a pin here because, you know, what is, like, give us like three. I know they're kind of probably a vault full, but give us about 3 or 4.
Well, you touched on them a little bit about just, you know, sharing your ideas, intellectual property, just making sure that you don't, you don't share too much. You want to make sure that you're being an artist and being creative when you're supposed to be creative with other artists who are being creative, but also be aware of what's happening at the moment. Because sometimes when you push paperwork in someone's face and there's a vibe going, you kind of like fuck the vibe up. It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, papers. Oh no, I thought we were making music. So being aware of time and place, and another thing that I learned from one of my mentors, Sunshine Anderson, who I love, I toured with and has sang with, and she's always like, giving me advice. She would be like, Ada, she's very country. Ada, you get to these shows and stuff, you need to learn how to do your makeup because you ain't gonna have a makeup artist all the time. You need to learn how to do your own makeup and bring your clothes and stuff because you can't depend on it, And she was right, I had to get dressed in basements and all type of stuff. So, it's just pre-planning for you, because, when I get on the stage, it don't look like I was just getting dressed in the basement, but damn it, I was, so.
I just want to say ain't nothing wrong with getting dressed in the basement now.
It's not, if that's where the stage is at, you're gonna have to, you got to get to the stage.
Is the basement,
many times.
Listen, I've worked with an artist and literally got dressed in the car, and you would not like put on almost a $10,000 dress, pop lashes, the whole 9 yards. When she came out, turned it completely out. So you make it do what it do, and that those make it just those moments just make it sweeter, and you learn how to appreciate and all of that stuff just makes the journey sweeter. It does. At the time, you're not even thinking about where you are, what you're doing, because you're so hyper focused on where you need to be. you
Yeah.
know.
It
And
doesn't take anything away.
nah.
It makes it better. So, and just having a really good team around you that knows what your vision is, and you all have the same vision. So I'm really glad that Tahira and Kenya, they already see it. I've had, I've worked with a lot of people who didn't know what the vision was for me because they didn't really know where to put me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm in my 40s. And I sing R&B and hip hop, and they might not know where to put me. And a lot of them have put me on like rap shows and hip hop shows, and it's like, yeah, I got you a show. I'm like, oh, there's a whole bunch of niggas here. Sorry for that word, but like what do you expect me to do here? Sing my sweet R&B songs with some shoot 'em up niggas? I can't. That's not the right environment.
Right,
so
right.
you need to know where you belong. You need to be on your own, in your lane, pretty much. So yeah, stay in your lane and rock out in your lane.
Right.
The vibe has to be right. The vibe has to be right. And you want to feel the right energy, you know what I'm saying? Because that inspires what you create on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that in as much as the performer, the artist, is delivering to the audience also delivers to the artist.
Yeah. I get a lot of energy from the audience. A lot of artists do. I don't know if they talk about that a lot, but a lot of artists, they get on stage and you just have the artist stand there and everybody's clapping. They're just pulling all that energy and like, yes, and when you give them that energy, they give it right back to you.
That was very Diana Ross of you, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another Aries.
Another Aries. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a little game that we like to play. Are we ready for that?
I think so.
Yeah, let's get it.
She said, I think so. She's not even scared.
I don't even know what y'all talking about, but listen.
You are the first one that's like, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
Very first, actually. That's different.
Yeah, because everybody else is like, But yeah, okay. She's like, yeah, what you want to do? Let's do it.
So the name of the game, Ida, is Rapid Fire. And it gives a sneak peek to everybody about what's going on behind the veil, So it's a word association game. And how it works is I'll say a word and you say what immediately comes to mind. There's no right, wrong. It's just immediately what pops into your head. You say it. I'm going to get my round with you, and then JaVonne's going to go with her round.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
I think I am, yeah.
Okay. Love.
Hate.
Peace.
Prosperity.
Joy.
Joy. Oh, it was rapid fire. Boy. It rhymes. Yeah.
Black woman.
Magic.
Community.
Care.
Music.
Life.
Black man.
Foundation.
Melody.
Jingle.
Industry.
Cat.
What was that?
Cat. C-A-T.
Cat. Industry. Yeah. Okay. Production.
Studio.
Okay. All right. Next up, JaVonne. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Let's go with Staten Island.
Shaolin.
Boogie Down Bronx.
KRS-One.
Brooklyn.
Big Daddy Kane.
Queens.
Juice Crew.
Harlem.
Black Rob.
Melanin.
Sun.
Children.
Life.
Motherhood.
Joy.
Aries.
Shaka.
Fire.
Water.
Scorpio.
Desert.
Shaka Khan.
Song.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
You did an excellent job.
Nice. Now I want to ask you about industry and cat.
Okay.
What's that reference?
I always listen to like rap songs and they always talk about industry cats. And I love cats because cats are smart. Cats are sly. They can be sneaky. They can be, vicious. They can be loving. So, yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. It's seldom that I ask the connection because somewhere when I'm nodding, I can hear the connection, in certain things, This is what you're thinking, and probably things that wouldn't come out through questions, but just associations of sorts.
Not like a therapy session.
May have been a little of that too.
Might have been a little of that.
I might need some of that. Yeah.
But it's just a little peek beyond the veil or behind the veil. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I'm surprised at some of the things I said as well. Yeah, but you have to think fast. So
it's dope though, right? Because you learn something about yourself when you play.
Right? That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. Now we need drops from you.
Sure.
Okay. So the first drop is for our 24-hour radio station, which is WJBR Internet Radio. So you can say it. Hi, this is Ida Divine, and you're listening to WJBR Internet Radio. Or you can sing it, make it your own. It's up to you, however you want to do it.
All right. So, hi, this is Ida Divine, and you're listening to WJBR Radio.
Okay, then.
I'm gonna take that with a grin.
A little girl 6-ish,
Yeah, that's all right. You could call in anytime too.
Okay.
Our call numbers are
no problem.
Okay. I'm just teasing.
Silly
Okay. Yeah, what did I tell you, right? Yeah, what did I tell you when we spoke the other day, right?
Yeah.
Right? There you go. Okay. So the second drop is, hi, this is Ida Divine, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Okay. Hi, this is Ida Divine, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Sup?
All right. This time, say it without grabbing. You could just say it. Okay, because it's more of a visual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Ida Divine, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
That was
Perfect.
perfect. That one right there. See,
That was it.
One take. That's the acting chops.
That's it. You know what? You are so dope. So tell us what is coming up next for you. What project? Yeah, I know we talked about you going to London, but what projects do you have? Are you in the studio right now? What's going on with you?
Always. I'm always in the studio. I'm always in the studio all the time. I'm always writing songs all the time. But specifically, what's going on this Saturday, I'm having a invite-only intimate, my first show of this year since all of this BS has been going on. I get to get on stage again this Saturday. That's going to be in Newark. So I'm excited about that. And then after that, some more interviews and, some more drops until the next song drops, keep it going. Yeah.
Yes.
Keep it dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How can everybody find, did you have another question, Rezi? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go for it.
How can everybody find you and follow you?
Everyone can find me at right there. It's Ida Divine Official on Instagram. And if you go to the link in my bio, it will take you to my Flow page, which has my music, videos, interviews, everything else on it. So if you go to my Instagram and follow me, I'll follow you back if you're not crazy and you have a picture, but if you go to my bio and click the link, everything will come up. So yeah, you can find me on all platforms and on YouTube too. I'm on YouTube as well. All my videos on YouTube, even the ones I don't want to be on YouTube, they're on there.
Yes, it's IDA Divine Official on Instagram. And y'all need to get up on these artists that are coming through, making a lot of waves and sounding like the singers are back, y'all. Let's go. Let's get them back in.
Yes.
No auto tune. This is the real shit here, please.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Vocalists live, y'all. Vocalists live.
So, thank you again for coming through.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hope to meet y'all soon. Hope to get on one of them cruises soon.
Yes. Are you talking about the? Yes, that's that's not a cruise. That's actually And actually, that may not be
a cruise. Oh, okay. Well, did I speak something?
We'll chat.
Okay.
I'll get KG up on it for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
So since Kenya, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank and her name is sitting right in front of me. That happens sometimes at my age.
Same here. I got songs to remember and all type of shit. I'd be like, what song was that I wrote?
Good, and I'm happy that you're writing and because that's that good publishing and that's a good look. Stay writing your own stuff,
Absolutely.
Get it all. Take it.
I learned early you must do that. Yeah, TLC taught me.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't feel bad about forgetting your own lyrics. I don't even have that many lyrics, and I've been known to do that. So it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say is that Kenya keeps making a request.
Yeah.
And because she's dope like that and we dope like that, of course, I try to please everyone that comes through as much as I can in the best way, as quickly as possible.
That's good.
Let's do it. Thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the show.
Thank you so much,
for following us and for following you, Ida.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on The Basement. Hope to see you guys soon in person.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Let me know when you're tired of the one night, sending flights for some other girls in another town. In a better world, you'll be looking for a good girl, the right kind with the right fit. But right now you don't know shit, and right now you just need somebody laying next to you to keep your body warm. Boy, don't be cruel, 'cause I would never be your number two. And I would never disrespect the love I feel for you. I feel for you. How does the saying go? When you know better, you do better. Let me be that one. Let me be that number one. Let me be that. Not two, not three, not four, not five. No, that's not right, and that won't do. You think you're smart in a motherfucker, don't you? Spend a little money on her and even who then who can you run to? Mama said don't chase after no man. I said yes man. And mama said in time you will understand, and I am just trying to put you up on game. Am I wrong? These hoes ain't loyal. I know you heard the song, and I just want you to keep me warm like a sweater. But you don't know any better. Let me be that one. Let me be that number one. Let me be that. Not two, not three, not four, not five. No, that's not right, and that won't do. What kind of girl do you think that I am? Let me know if you really understand. I'm a bitch with a plan, travel across the land to see my fans. So honey, I don't need no man, you understand? Don't waste my time, time is divine. Like oxygen, breathing it out. What's it all about? Let me be the queen of the pack. Can you picture that? Matter of fact, kill all the bitches on the spot. Let me give you some juice, girl. Let me be the one. Let me be the number one. Let me be that. Not two, not three, not four, not five. No, that's not right, and that won't be. Let me be number one for you. One, not two.
Woo! Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Rezzy, check you out later. God bless everybody. Mwah!
Have a good.
What's up, y'all? This is Dawn Robinson, formerly of In Vogue and Lucy Pearl, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. My girls. I love you
Hi, this is Mason. You're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Perfect.
Hey, this is Leon. That's right, Leon, with some of your favorite movies, and I'm at Brunch in the basement with Terez and JaVonne. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Stay here with me.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music, politics, or just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artist or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today.
Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be good.
One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
Bosses though, Jay. Like, she got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all some perfume. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out.
You can send me some cologne, cause I mean, you know. Yeah. Just in case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, you know, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.